Hey, welcome to KSL Outdoors. My buddy Bret Wannacott's got us out here on a late season chukar hunt.
Yes, it sounds like a good idea. Last time we were out, it was a little bit rough, so I'm excited to get you back at it.
2 years ago,
yeah,
you took me out. We had a great day.
Amazing day. You shot a limit.
Shot my first limit.
Yeah, it was great. And then there was a little bit of a fall, and we had a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, I broke 5 ribs, and it turned into a scary day.
It did. And at the time, I was joking that you just killed your 5 birds and were ready to go home. But it turned, you were really hurt.
I was hurt.
And it was scary.
6 weeks. So we're going to talk about some tactics to get you up on the chukar hill, some things you can do for late season hunt, or start preparing for next season, and we'll talk about some precautions, because that was a trying time.
It was an eye-opener for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go get on the hill.
Let's do it. This is a waxy type material called Musher's Secret. And if you're ever running your bird dog, especially long-haired bird dogs, some of the Drots, the Setters, Brittany's, they get these ice balls that build up between their feet, and the snow kind of collects in there. And so your dog spends the day biting at its feet trying to get those ice balls out. This prevents that. It's better than anything I've ever seen or used. Come on, let's go, find birds!
Excited! What are you thinking?
Well, I think let's work up towards those trees where I think we might find some, and we'll hunt back, and we'll kind of hit this on the way back, because if the wind keeps blowing like it is, we'll be blowing up that canyon.
For guys that have never done this before, or that are novices, and until I met you, was a pretty novice, I always thought you just started hunting right out of the truck. Really, that's not the case.
No, you got to get some elevation first. So we start at the bottom and gain elevation, and then hunt down. And with any luck, the wind's blowing the right direction, and I think it is today, as long as it holds up. And we should get some good dog work once we get up on top of the birds. They are where they are, right? You find them everywhere from the top to the middle of the mountain and everywhere down. But usually, if it looks easy, it's a bad place to go.
Well, about a mile from the truck.
Yeah.
Another half mile to go.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things to consider when you consider a chukar hunt is how challenging it can be. Climbing to the top of these mountains will test your lungs, your legs, and your will, and even your endurance to follow these crazy dogs. Bret's dogs, Sunnie and Snaps, will range 200 to 300 yards ahead of us, and if they find birds, we have to get to them as soon as we can.
We got 2 dogs on point. They're 150 yards away, just over this hill, of course up. So we better hurry and get there.
This time of year, you're going to find most chukars on south-facing slopes where the snow is not as deep and is often burned off. These little devils will typically reside on some of the steepest portions of the mountain. And look for rock outcroppings where chukars can get out of the wind and stay warm by the heat of the rocks.
We're going to want to be quiet on the mountain, especially when we get a dog on point, and as we get into that last 100 yards or so, we're going to want to be quiet and not make a lot of noise. I'm not going to do a lot of talking. We'll kind of signal to each other and try to get in making as little noise as possible. It's got to be right here. This looks good. Good girl. She's been on point for a while. They're going to be below her. I'm going to go around this tree, so I have that covered.
We weren't letting that one get away.
No.
Good shot.
Thank you. Good girl. Right here, baby girl. Right here. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, I drop it in the snow. Good girl.
Big mature bird, it looks like.
Yeah, that's a big old bird, yeah. Look what a beautiful bird that is.
God.
And they're just fat this year. Fat and healthy. There hasn't been much snow, so they've been eating well.
May not look that steep in the video, but my legs are feeling it.
Cameras don't do the mountains justice.
Populations look good in some areas.
Yeah, it's kind of spotty. I think I've hit 8 or 9 different ranges this year, and they've all got birds on them. I found birds on every range, but some of them have more than others. Some of them the hatch looks really good, and some of them it looks okay, and some of them it looks like they really had a tough time. I'm going to try to get us out of these rocks.
Yeah.
See up there in the tree where it goes away?
Yeah.
And hopefully that's an easier, and we'll just walk.
Steep and slippery. Rocks keep breaking
the rocks fall from underneath you and they're frozen.
We finally get to the top, and I'm spent. My legs are crushed. Of course, just as we get there, the dogs go on point, and Bret has to go it alone.
They gotta be just around the corner here.
Bret has positioned himself in front of his dogs. Once there, he releases Sunnie.
Seek.
But she immediately goes back on point. That tells Bret that this is a solid point and the birds are close.
Fetch! That's a covey flush. Get your heart going. Good girl, Sunnie. Come on, Snaps. Good girl. Good girl. So we got a point, a back, a covey flush, and a double retrieve for both dogs. That's pretty cool. That's what happens when you leave Adam up on the hill. That was a lot of fun. I wish my friend Adam were standing up there on top of the hill. I wish he were down here with us, but yeah, here we are. Well, let's go up and join him and see if we can find some more birds, okay?
It took us 3.5 hours to get up here, partly because I'm cramping up and slow and old, but why this place? Why this particular hill?
Well, this hill has a lot of rock outcroppings on it. It has a lot of cheatgrass, and I know from experience that there's cheatgrass shoots on it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that there'll be some chukars down here that have been feeding on and taking advantage of that habitat.
And you're pretty excited too because the wind is right.
The wind just turned and started right in our face, and the dogs are just loving it. So they picked up their pace, they're more excited, and things are starting to get good.
So you want to hunt this
Yeah, we're
ridge
just gonna hunt this
towards those wild horses?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's do it.
Says she's on point, but she's below us. 55 yards.
This looks pretty good. I can see one, Jared. It's down by that tree.
A small group of 4 birds takes off, but just out of range. And it's a good thing we waited.
I got one.
I hit one, it didn't go down. I'm watching it though.
Oh, that was cool. That was a good thing of not shooting the far ones.
Yeah. Yeah, oftentimes with chukars, if you get an early flusher, just calm down, especially what they did what those did. Those flew around the corner and landed like 30 yards away.
We got another chance at them.
Yeah, and we'll get another chance at these down here too. Good girl, fetch him here. Good girl. Nice shot, Adam.
Yeah. Mature?
Oh yeah, real nice bird.
Yeah.
Nice male bird. A little bit slimed from setter.
Little setter slime. That's okay.
Slimed.
Hey, first one of the year.
It's a nice bird. Is that the first one since the...
First one since the accident right there.
You should go below because you're more likely to get the shot.
Go below this tree.
And if you can get around to where you can see, that's better. I think they're above the trees, but...
Dang. Might be another one. Dang it. Wow. Blew that shot. 3 of them.
Earlier in the show, Bret and I told you about an accident I had 2 years ago on a chukar hunt when I fell, broke 5 ribs, and we ended up having to self-rescue. It's something I never want to experience again, but I'm glad I was with my buddies who were able to assess the situation and get me to the hospital.
The most important thing, I think, is you know, we kept our cool.
We did do a few things right, though.
Yeah.
We were together.
We were together, for one thing.
So if you do go alone, and you do quite a bit of hunting by yourself, what do you do? What precautions do you take?
I always drop a pin and send it to my wife where I'm going to be. I've always got something to eat in my back. I've always got a jacket with me.
Cell phone.
Cell phone.
Where you have service out there. When I broke my ribs, we didn't have service.
We did not. I think that, you know, there's a lot more service today than there would have been 5 or 10 years ago, but you can't count on it up here. You handled it. You're a tough guy, man. I don't know if I could have walked out of there with that.
Worst six weeks of my life trying to recover from that, so don't wish it on anybody. Mm-hmm. Well, let's go get some birds.
Yeah, we've got to find some birds.
Yeah, they're here somewhere. Crap, I didn't even see it.
I was wrong. I did get the shoot.
Dead. Nice shot.
Thank you. Good girl, fetch.
Get it. Nice.
Good girl, fetch him here.
Oh, were there 3 there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably out of that last flush.
Yeah.
Another nice bird. This is a female.
That was a great point.
It was a great point.
Good day. I won't lie. I am hungry. I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I'm full because of that one bird.
Yeah, it's a good time, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, it'll wear you out, and like you said earlier, you know, it's not for everyone, but
No.
boy, it sure is fun.
It is sure addictive. And you know, if people want to get involved with this, probably the best way is to join the Chukar Foundation.
Yeah, if you look for the Chukar Foundation at utahchukars.org, there's a lot of information there. Our annual banquet's coming up. I think it's the 29th of February. You can get tickets right there on the website at utahchukars.org and support the cause. We're installing guzzlers and doing all kinds of wonderful things with money raised around the state.
Hey, I'm Adam Eagle with KSL Outdoors, along with my good buddy Bret Wannacott, the bird hunting killer. You are. you can throw your eyes, but you are. Remind you to get out with your family, your friends, make some memories outdoors. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.